So there's people replacing their rent with cruise ships, and apparently it's actually cheaper than just renting their place.
Hi everybody, I'm Lynette.
I'm Johan.
And we bought a cabin on a ship. And for those who are just joining us and don't know about our adventure, we are guaranteed 15 years here on the Odyssey. That's where we're talking from now. And we pay $3,500 a month, and it includes
Include all meals. We get 2 beers of wines with lunch and dinner.
the internet, we get
Laundry twice a week. Housekeeping twice a week.
housekeeping, and we get the gym and entertainment, and all for $3,500. Not
For
a bad
the two
deal.
of us,
For
yeah.
the two of us, not for one.
Exactly.
Wait, 300?
$3,500.
Oh, 3,500. Bro, I wish I had that kind of a luxury. Also, you'll know, this is my guess, most of these people will be people that probably, are elderly people and don't really need to work anymore, and or people that work remotely. But I don't know, man. I feel I would love to live on a cruise ship, but I wouldn't want to be on a cruise all the time. Like, I wouldn't want the ship to be sailing all the time from place to place, That's just me. But I'd love it sometimes. But imagine being for weeks or months. Not weeks, but months or years on a ship. Yeah, fuck that. But also, if you think about it, in a lot of one of the biggest cities in the U.S., rent for a modest size apartment, let's say, I don't know, a 2-bedroom apartment, it'll probably cost you, in Austin, I don't know, for a 2-bedroom apartment. Let's not mention New York, and let's not mention the LA and the Miami, right? And also, you've got food. You've got all these other amenities fixed up for you. They're gonna clean my clothes. They're always gonna be cleaning my apartment, my room, I guess. I would never have to clean. It's just paying $3.5K and being on a vacation for 15 years. Yeah, that's I would love that.
I'm Nancy Houchins, and this is my husband, Robert.
And we're from Charlottesville, Virginia, and we are currently living our lives on cruise ships. Today we're getting ready to board the Carnival Conquest. It's a 4-day cruise that goes to Key West and Cozumel, Mexico, and then comes back here to the Port of Miami, which, by the way, is our favorite port. As soon as we get on, we'll probably put our luggage away and go grab some lunch and a cool drink and sit by the pool.
So we both have over 1,000 days on Carnival. We both have 120.
I fucking wish I had the luxury to do stuff like this, man. Oh, God. I just wish I can visit the U.S., man.
Some cruises, I think, on Carnival. So it's been great. I mean, I don't cook, I don't clean.
And when you get our age,
Yeah.
actually living on a cruise ship, there's no stress. Everybody's happy. It's much cheaper than a nursing home or assisted living. It was just a good fit for us. And it's a good fit for lots of people. If you're in the workforce out here working, I don't care what kind of job you got stress at home, you got stress at the job, you got stress getting to and from the job in Miami. So being able to live on cruise ships is absolutely, it's the best life for us. It's the best life for anybody if they can do it, because they're...
I mean, I know the woman said gym. They're not going to the gym. At least they don't look like they are. If they are, applause for them. But if that's what I mentioned, if it actually means, if living on a cruise ship actually means I'm always going to be somewhere on the ocean cruising all the time, I don't know, man. I want to be able to see my friends and family and all of this stuff. I don't want to be living on a cruise ship just 24/7 all the time. I thought, sometimes the ship is going to be docked for a, I don't know, set amount of time. And sometimes the cruise is going to be somewhere on the ocean, going somewhere, right? I can see this being amazing for elderly couples. I'm not saying this being very, not like finances out of the equation. I would love to live like this, but I would love where I would dictate, okay, this is where I would go, this is when we would go, because, if I live on a cruise ship, I've got no apartment, no home, right? And I live on a cruise ship, and the ship takes off, you know what I mean, departs, whatever you call it, 2 days from now. But 5 days from now, I gotta go on a wedding, birthday on my friend's special day, something, right? where am I gonna go? So I'm gonna rent a hotel room. I'm gonna book a hotel room. I'm gonna rent an Airbnb, or I'm gonna have an apartment. If that's the case, then yeah, sure, fine. But then you're not truly living on a cruise ship 24/7. What if something happens? Like these people are, they are older, medical issues, shit happens. I like that's a huge ship. I know that they have a lot of stuff on there, but you're telling me that that huge cruise ship has all the medicine and all the equipment needed for anything that might happen to a older, younger, person? I don't know about that one. Like, there's a lot of stuff that goes through my head that's just, is it really that good? It sounds nice, but if I think about it in everyday life, maybe it's gonna be an obstacle in like socializing and other problems, maybe.
The ocean liner is her only home.
Aboard the Crystal Serenity, she's known simply
How?
as Mama Lee, and she's been living there for the past 8 years.
I
How?
don't have to shop. I don't have to cook. I don't have to do anything. I do what I want, when I want,
Go to the gym.
if I want.
Like,
She and her late husband Mason took nearly 100 cruises together before he died in 1997.
The last thing he ever said to me, this was the day before he died, don't you quit cruising.
oh, she's 80. I just read that she's 88. Never
Started
mind.
frequent cruising. But
She
I
doesn't
got
look
very,
88.
very tired of packing and unpacking. So I said, there's got to be a better way to do this.
And the answer was, how about I don't leave at all? Mama Lee sold her house in Florida, along with her car and most of her belongings, and never looked back. Mama Lee has now done more than 240 cruises around the world and visited hundreds of different ports. But where the ship is going? Irrelevant. For Mama Lee, these days, the ship is the destination.
She's actually living just on that cruise ship, and she is on that cruise ship, no matter where it goes. Yeah, it sounds beautiful. It sounds amazing, and I think most people, even me, I would love to do that. But again, I've got family and friends, man. Then again, a lot of people say, yeah, I'm lonely. I don't have any friends. I don't give a shit. I can do this. But you know what? Is it worth sacrificing a lot of the stuff I, love living in a city for paying less, but also everything being cooked for me, having a gym, everything being cleaned for me, my laundry's being done? I don't know, man. I might just fucking do it. Especially if I'm fed up. Especially if I'm older. Like, hey, if I start making good money from YouTube, you know what? Maybe I just fucking do it. Yeah, what? Why? Why not? Maybe I just do it. I can get some a few year tourist visa from some country that has nice ass cruises, because where I'm coming from, there's not there's no, we don't have sea, we don't have the ocean. We are landlocked. But I can get a tourist visa that's like a multiple year visa and just take a nice cruise from there and just live on that cruise. And just fuck it, Why the hell not? If I'll make sure it's somewhere nice and hot and warm, and I can escape the winter. You know what? I might just do that for the winters. I'm getting persuaded to do this in the future. Not right now. No. But if I can make a full-time living one day online, yeah, why the fuck not? That would be interesting.
This is the hotel that I reserved from November 17th, 2025 till May 17th, 2026, which is a total of 6 months, and it's gonna cost me $8,094.14. No, I do not have to pay all that up front. I can either pay $307 a week, or I can pay the $1228 a month. You can even pay every 2 weeks. It really is up to you. Your total amount is your total amount. I'm gonna take y'all inside my room.
Yo,
This
that's
is
a hotel
inside of
room?
our room, and what we get inside of here for that amount is say hey to hubby. Also, we have the full-size refrigerator and freezer. It came with the microwave.
I was like, this looks very weird for a hotel room. Usually hotel rooms don't have this much. This seems like a little bit extra. I was like, maybe she brought the fridge? Probably not. Looks like it came with it.
It also came with the 2i stove burner here. We brought our own
Oh, this is probably some like cheaper, older hotel. Hey, this works great.
coffee pot and some extra items over here. It does come with a full-size bathroom, shower, pretty nice size. And of course, it's all about how you make it, but this is what we are doing. Pretty much so we can like save up money, get a piece of land, and actually start paying on something that's ours. But I share a lot about hotel living, so y'all like, share, and follow for more.
Yo, actually, insanely based, I would 100% do this. More people should research if they are able to do this. It's probably gonna be in some older ass, hotels, but hey, they're gonna clean for you at least if they have those services, or if the average older hotel is cheaper for you than renting an apartment. Also, so here's some interesting thing. A lot of the times, where very expensive apartments can be in downtown areas, there's old and cheap hotels and new modern expensive ones. You can try and like get some kind of a bargain and try and negotiate if they allow it. You can just go and ask, I can pay X amount, I can live here, can I? What? And you'll be downtown instead of renting 2.5K for an apartment. Then again, for an apartment, you'll get something more than just in one small room. But hey, if you're gonna be saving a lot of money, who the hell cares, But then again, you can also do this and spend the same amount of money or less if you just rent out an apartment with multiple people. Yeah. Moving on.
America is seeing a boom in retirements as baby boomers sail into their golden years. More than 4 million people are going to turn 65 this year alone, part of the largest wave of retirement age Americans in history.
And they still won't sell their houses for younger people for a cheaper price. No, they're gonna sell them for as expensive as possible, and nobody's gonna be able to buy it. Well, 99% of Gen Z won't be able to,
choosing
or
sail
millennials.
Literally. Life at sea is what they want. Nancy Chen shows us what it means to call a cruise ship home.
Dining, dancing, and dueling pianos, all while sailing around the world.
I live at sea and I'm retired.
These are the golden years for Joe Johnston.
How many long-term cruises have you been on at this point?
Now that I think about it, if I would live in a cruise, it would mostly be old people, so yeah, maybe not.
I've probably done 6 or 8 cruises of 80 days or longer.
Is this home?
It is.
We met Johnston on board Holland America's Grand World Voyage as it traveled from Florida to Grand Cayman. Her itinerary over 124 days.
Holy shit.
Include Bali, Cape Town, and Barcelona.
Cheers.
Lunchtime was alongside a group of friends she sailed with over the years.
Bro, and you can travel as well. I mean, if you want to, if you're on a stop in Barcelona or Cape Town or so for X amount of days, you can just go and fucking travel. And there you go. There's where you're gonna sleep and eat. You just go out and travel.
Did you know each other before all of this?
No.
No, we met on the ship.
It's like you're traveling with a bunch of friends.
Exactly.
It is.
And family.
As for Joe Johnston, she has cruises booked for the next 2 years and no plans to stop.
I've come to appreciate.
What if a second COVID breaks out? Or something worse? I hope not.
Politics around the world.
Then what?
People everywhere are more alike than they are not, and just how beautiful the world is.
Retirement at sea may sound pretty appealing, but a big factor to consider is healthcare, because while there is a doctor on board many of these ships who
That's what I said! I swear I haven't watched this.
handles basic needs and emergencies, make sure to talk to your doctor back home to see if it's really a good option for you. As always, it takes planning.
Yeah, most of these people are not the healthiest. They're old age. They're probably not that, like, living on a cruise ship. I don't think they're getting more than like 2,000 steps a day. Maybe that's a little bit inflated. But there's gyms. What percentage of these people who live in these cruise ships you think actually go to the gyms? Like, we saw the people that they are interviewed. They don't look like they are, very caring of what they eat and how active they are.
make sure that you have.
I mean, I wish the best for them.
And so you got to
Don't
stock
get
up
me
when
wrong.
you are at home.
What else should people be looking out for?
Well, travel insurance is a big must, according to the people that we talked
Yep.
to on all this, but it can be costly. Also, taxes. Just because you are at sea and away from the United States for a long time, you still got to pay up to Uncle Sam.
You can pay them online. I live in a second world country, okay? I live in Southeastern Europe. I pay taxes online. I paid the bills online. I haven't gone to a bank for like, I don't know, multiple years now. Fuck that.
This is what the cost of living crisis looks like. My 2026 life is exactly the same as my 2025 life, except that it costs $400 more per month. And that's because my health insurance went up by $200 a month. My home insurance went up by $30 a month. Gas has gone up almost $1 per gallon in the last 3 weeks alone. Groceries are more expensive. Electricity is more expensive. And none of these increases are my fault, and they're not your fault either. None of this is because I'm bad with money or I'm spending too much on avocado toast. I'm doing all the things I'm supposed to be doing. I'm cooking at home. I am doing low-cost hobbies like hiking and biking. But when costs go up and random stuff happens, like a leak in my roof, that means I have to pay more. This is unsustainable for the vast majority of Americans. And while I absolutely believe that an individual has the power to change their life, I also think we need to be realistic about how systemic this cost of living crisis is. In order for things to change, we need top-down change.
That's why everybody, the other old folks want to live. Also, most old folks that have money try to retire in Florida. And, you know, Florida, cruise ships, it's all connected. Sadly, for this younger girl, I don't know how realistic that is. I don't know if she would even want to live, 80 days, like, on and off, all the time, on just a cruise. Yeah.
Carolyn's clothes hang neatly in the back seat of her car and are organized in the trunk.
This is my dry cleaning my silks, which I can't afford right now.
Dry cleaning is the least of her concerns for this 78-year-old. She's been living in her car for nearly 2 months because she can't afford a place to live.
Well, this is the other side where a lot of us won't see it, of old folks actually struggling, and there's a lot of them.
I look at it as a journey. I've had many journeys in my life.
Money is tight because her only income is Social Security. She's sold many of her possessions over the last few years, but she still doesn't have enough money. We spoke with her here in a well-lit parking lot in North Broward, where she spends time doing word puzzles.
Where it has the large letters for people like me.
And sleeping, sitting up.
Since I've been here, I sleep here in this seat, scrunched down.
That is horrendously bad for your spine.
Ankles and legs are swollen from having to sit all the time. I buy jug water, it's cheaper, and I eat one meal a day for $2.02, and then I get a free senior drink.
She gets free gym memberships as part of her Medicare plan.
I do go shower and do my makeup and my hair.
Very brave. Very brave.
Cassandra Rett, the housing and...
What do you mean very brave? She's got no choice. It's surprising that people that age don't have any homes or anything, they inherited or they bought. So when, the economy wasn't in shambles like right now, if I was in that kind of a position, I mean, I wish nobody, to end up in that kind of a position, but she probably has some kind of a home, right? She can rent out for like a smaller price to somebody and, I don't know, like have some money and rent out a smaller place for herself, or at least have more money while living in the car. I know what I'm saying is evil and horrible. I don't wish that on anybody, and I feel sad for her, but really she doesn't have any like... Actually, what I'm saying is very dumb. If she actually had a home or something, why would she rent it out? She would live there.
Social services manager for the city of Pompano Beach is trying to find Carolyn a place to live.
She was my godsend.
It could be my aunt. It could be my mother. It just breaks my heart just how humble Carolyn is.
Cassandra says she is seeing more and more seniors in need. Support services for them are at capacity.
As you know, the rent is skyrocketed. That's the main factor of why these seniors are on the street, is because they cannot afford the rent.
Ron Book.
Yep, so that is the opposite side of, seniors living on cruise ships and enjoying their lives because they're rich and they were lucky and all of that, and they worked for it, of course, but they lived in a better time. And then there's this, What about all the young people and their futures and all of them struggling? Anyway, it is what it is. We gotta help everybody, but sadly we can't. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. Would you live on a cruise ship? Even if, you know, there might be a lot of shortcomings, especially if you're young. The shortcomings are probably different if you're old, especially when it comes to medicine. But if you're young, social life, maybe? I don't know. Tell me what you think and have a nice day.